Om Namah Shivaya. My name is Nirmala and I hope that you're all doing well. I'm here at the Shivananda Yoga Center in South Delhi and making a short video to go with our newsletter this month. And the theme of that newsletter is Santosha or contentment. Now, I have to admit that this is a subject that I struggle with, and I think many people do struggle with it. Are we contented? What does it mean to be contented? And so it's in fact something quite broad to examine in life. And so what I thought I'll present to you today is a way of examining, just taking one part of the body and one certain situation and examining in that situation, maybe on a physiological level, can we get a sense of what it means to feel contented in the body? Maybe that contentment is relaxation, maybe that's a state where the body is completely at rest. But this is a kind of interesting examination that I thought I'll share with you today. Now, that is relating to the mobile phone. So recently I was on a car trip and, a long trip, and we were falling asleep, or I was falling asleep in the car, and of course I was doing a little work on my phone as I went. And I discovered after some time that I was falling asleep, but my hand was continuing to grip the phone. In fact, I slept, but I didn't drop the phone at any time. And it sort of struck me that that's quite interesting, because my relationship to the phone and the way that my hand relates to the phone has in fact changed over time, so that I can sleep and still hold the phone without dropping it. So that really scared me a little bit in a way. So I'd like you to try something today, little experiment. And so if you're with me, maybe you're watching this video on your phone, that's okay. But if you're not watching on your phone, you can try this exercise a little bit later if you like. But you hold the phone in your hands and hold it, just sit as you would sit for meditation. Let's say cross your legs, be comfortable, keep your spine straight, and then hold the phone in your hands, just the way that you would hold it if you're scrolling, if you're doing something like that. Now, I should say to begin, the phone should be switched off. If it's on, you might get some notification coming and you might get a little distracted. So switch the phone off just for a few minutes. You'll be okay, don't worry. Okay, so hold the phone in your hands, close your eyes, and first be still. Take a few moments to be still. And then try to breathe comfortably and lighten your hold of the phone a little bit. Try to not grip it hard, but just imagine you're, watching something, observing some content on the phone, how you might be holding it in that moment. And feel your fingers lighten just a little bit. And then try to feel your thumbs lighten a little bit away from the phone. Maybe just lift the thumbs off the phone slightly. And then notice as you do this, is there any sort of physiological response in the thumbs to having that phone in your hands? Do you feel that you should be scrolling with the thumbs? Do you feel that motion of taking the tip of the thumb down and sliding it up? Do you feel that kind of desire to type, to use the thumbs to type? We've gotten used to performing some of these actions with the hands in relation to the phone. So just examining whether there's any sort of movement, any sort of motion that the thumbs want to take in relation to the phone. And you might notice as you do this, does the breath change? Does the position of my back change? Do the shoulders tense in some way? You have to go very, very deep to see whether there's any sort of physiological response to holding that phone. And so if you're sitting on your own, you might just take a few moments to continue to do that. A few minutes to do that, perhaps even pausing this video to do that for some time. And these days, of course, many of us see sometimes what we encounter on the phone is not so positive. It can be painful. It can cause us to feel many different types of feelings, emotions. And so just taking time to notice that. And then after you finish that exercise, perhaps just putting the phone down and placing your hands upright and very, very relaxed on your knees. So feeling now the palms very open and free. The thumbs are free from all their actions. Fingers are curling gently. And just noticing how the hand feels free of the phone. Really free of the phone. When we're meditating, sometimes when the mind starts to go into other things, we notice parts of the body responding. So you might notice either now or in other moments of meditation that the body tenses slightly, and then you remind yourself that you're meditating and it might feel it relaxing again slightly. So just noticing all of these reactions. And the simplest way to do that, if you're not sort of convinced of a physiological response in the hands, there's a very nice and simple exercise we can do, closing the eyes, letting the hands relax again in a relaxed upright position, either on the table in front of you or on your knees, and just mentally repeat tense, 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 and notice after a minute or so how the hands feel. You might feel little ripples, like almost like little electrical currents starting to tighten across the hand. And then tell yourself, relax, 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 relax. And notice the difference between the two feelings. It can be quite a simple and profound exercise. And then with that knowledge in mind, taking that same kind of deep awareness into your practice, you might notice or ask yourself a question. And it's very good in the moments of relaxation to do this. Sometimes in the asana practice we can also do, but especially in the relaxation we can say, how do I feel at this moment? Am I relaxed? Do my hands truly feel relaxed? Do other parts of the body feel relaxed? And I can notice small responses. Perhaps a thought comes into the mind or flashes into the mind as you're practicing, and you notice, oh, I tense the shoulder a little bit. Sometimes you even feel yourself moving as if to take some action to get up and do something, and then you realize, oh wait, I'm doing my yoga practice, let me relax again. So I invite you to start to watch in a similar kind of way the reactions that you may have in your practice. I know today, this month, is a very subtle suggestion here. But that's, I think, where we need to go in our practice, is a little more subtle, understand ourselves a little better, understand the connection between the mind and the body in a better way. So with that, I close. Thank you, and all the best with your practice. Om Namah Shivaya.